I'm using this under the Fair Use Act, and this is going to be very informative and kind of funny at the same time. So this was Johnathan Cahn's video from August the 29th. And it's all about the enemy. Understand that. It's titled The Real Reason Why the Enemy Wants to Wipe Out Israel. But I want you to pay close attention to the real message he's trying to propagate here. Listen very closely.
I won't go more into it now, but this is pray for me because this is linked to the book that I have not been able to write because I've had there's such warfare about stopping this book, but is even linked to things happening in America right now affecting lives that are linked to ancient principalities.
So notice he's talking about and he's remember titling this The Enemy, how the enemy is trying to stop and do things. And I've shown in previous video, he's tried to paint me in the light that I am the enemy. Listen to that again closely so you didn't miss the real message he's trying to propagate.
I won't go more into it now, but this is pray for me because this is linked to the book that I have not been able to write because I've had there's such warfare about stopping this book, but is even linked to things happening in America.
So it's all about his new upcoming book. Ladies and gentlemen, the warfare that he's talking about is the fact that I've been in communications with his publisher's attorney, with Frontline Publishing's attorney, and realize this. So I've proven that he's stolen prophetic messages from my books to write his own books. So his publisher doesn't just publish him. They publish a multitude of different writers, authors, and they're now, because they've been informed that his work is nothing but a derivative work of my books, it's stolen copyrighted material from my books. So they've been put on notice that they can also be equally held liable for Johnathan Cahn's fraudulent theft of my work. And they're weighing their options. They're currently weighing their options whether they want to publish this new upcoming book and release it. Because, again, they can be held responsible for the full amount. If Johnathan Cahn doesn't want to settle it or fights it, they can be held accountable. Or if he files bankruptcy or does some kind of little maneuver to try to keep from paying his debt to me, they too can be held accountable for the full amount, the judgment amount, because they knowingly now, because they've been put on notice, they know or knowingly will be knowingly committing copyright theft, which is a criminal and civil tort. So we're going to find out a little bit about what's in this new book that he's written.
All this conflict began. It began, this most recent one.
And you got to catch it because he almost let it slip. Notice that. He almost let it slip. But he knows he can't afford another copyright strike on his channel. So he's being very cautious, and I'm going to show that. Listen to what he's saying.
All this conflict began. It began, this most recent one.
He let the word ripple slip. He did let the word ripple slip. And we're going to learn where that's coming from. So what he does now is what I've shown Robin Bullock has begun doing, because Robin Bullock can't afford another copyright strike either on his channel. So now he goes on other channels, as I've shown. He's been going on Sid Roth and has recently appeared on Praise TBN. The Praise on TBN channel, where he's talking about what's going to be in his new book about the echoes and the rippling. The echoes and the rippling. He's going on other people's channel, throwing them under the bus, because that comes from me. There it is, the demon echo and the rippling and echoing of the waters. Remember, there's 2 entire chapters in one of my books dedicated to the waters. 2 entire chapters. But this is from my other channel, May the 3rd, 2022, just to show you how far it goes back. And you could see there was a copyright. There was copyright and trademark symbols on it. So he knows this is stolen copyrighted material, but we're going to learn a little more of what's supposedly in his book. That the enemy is supposedly trying to stop. And again, there's more proof of me talking about echo, the echoing of the waters. And again, I point out he goes on other people's show now, so he doesn't get another copyright strike and have his entire YouTube platforms taken down. But we're going to learn even more.
Ancient days, there was a place called Media. Of all names, what are we having problems with in these days, ladies and gentlemen? Do we have media giants in these days? The media giants, like in the days of Noah, will be again? We're seeing all this stuff play out, replay out, any of these things.
So what I was teaching in that video and what I've done in previous videos was I taught that there was actually a location, and it was called Media. Specifically, that was its name. That was the giants of old. The media, like the media giants that we have in these days. And I elaborated in great detail that the location that was used to be called Media is now called Iran. I elaborated in great detail on that, and it actually is the Prince of Persia, and I mentioned that in either this video or a previous one. I gave a whole lesson of how this was the Prince of Persia that's mentioned in the book of Daniel. I gave its relationship to, like in the times of Noah, they had the giants, and now we're seeing them reappear, the media giants. And I related it to the Prince of Persia and Iran. Let's see what we can learn. Well, what do you know? Johnathan Cahn had to do him a new incredible video about the Prince of Persia from the book of Daniel. We're going to learn even more.
Persia is Iran. Iran is Persia. It's one of the few nations in the world today that's the same nation.
Exactly what he did. August the 28th. He went back on my videos about Gog, Magog, and the media giants.
There was a place called Media. Of all names, what are we having problems with in these days, ladies and gentlemen? Do we have media giants in these days? Persia is Iran. Iran is Persia. Is it possible that a mystery from ancient times could be behind world events today, news headlines? Could the ancient scriptures from the Bible give us more revelation into the events of our day than the media of our day?
The Prince of Persia and how it relates to the media.
Ancient days, there was a place called Media. Of all names, what are we having problems with in these days, ladies and gentlemen? Do we have media giant? Is it possible that a mystery from ancient times could be behind world events today, news headlines? Could the ancient scriptures from the Bible give us more revelation into the events of our day than the media of our day?
Nothing but stolen copyrighted material that begins being taught on page 17. That comes and begins on page 17 of this book right here that was published in October of 2021. He has no new prophecies, ladies and gentlemen, because he pulled that straight out of this book where I was talking about the giants of Noah's time and comparing them to the giants of today, the media giants, the tech giants, the pharmaceutical giants, the banking giants. I revealed all of that in this book, ladies and gentlemen. It was already revealed, and Johnathan Cahn artist thinks or wants people to believe that he's giving some new incredible prophetic message. But notice that is exactly why he's began going on other people's channel, just like Robin Bullock did, and throwing them under the bus. That's why he appears on other people's channel and throws them under the bus, because he knows he can't afford another copyright strike. But whether he realizes or not, he's going to get that strike. His channel is going to come down. That's a fact. Y'all be sure to share this message, people. God bless.